Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 91 of the LunchBox Comics Draw Stream. I am LunchBox Warren, the writer, artist, and creator of the Adventures of Cig and Joe. I currently have 226 pages, the entire first arc available for free on Global Comix, link in the description, as well as my other work on there too. The 31-page one-shot I did for the Ninja High School 200 Kickstarter edition, and also the 17-page proof of concept one-shot of how the Squirrels Saved Longview that birthed the comic book that I'm working on today. It has been a hot one here today, so it's been kind of, if you will. I went and watched a movie today. I went to go watch The Odyssey, and it was better than Supergirl. Like, Supergirl was like, I want my money back. But there's been a lot of discourse, pro and con, with The Odyssey. There's some people who say that The Odyssey is like the greatest movie ever created. And there's other people who say that it's like the worst, most woke piece of garbage movie ever created. And neither one of these are true, in my opinion. Neither one is true. It's kind of bland for an epic movie that's based on an epic poem or a story. It's very kind of it's really bland. I a lot of weird castings, and I'm not talking about castings based upon race. I'm talking about castings where, like, if you're going to cast that caliber of an actress, then use her. And the part, like, some actors and actresses in here were cast, and they didn't even use them. They didn't give them any lines worth a damn. They didn't have any kind of need in the story, so it's almost to the point was like, why did you even waste the time casting this person if you're not even going to use them? Like, sometimes these castings happen and people are kind of like, all right, this is weird, but then they watch the movie and then they can, like, okay, I get it now. This person is really embodies this role quite well, and it's like, okay, now I get it. I didn't get it with a lot of the castings. A lot of the acting seemed like they were phoning it in. Not very good on the performances on a lot of them, and I just didn't care. Like, it was almost like it was a stripped down version where they took out all of the stuff to make you care out of the story, and they did this kind of, like, it was done realistically, but at the same time had like 6-headed hydras and a giant cyclops and a witch that turned men into pigs. So, like, there was the supernatural element of the whole thing, but then at the same time it was done with this also kind of real serious realism to it. So the problem with that is that it takes all the fantasy and all the epicness out of the movie. So where it was just kind of bland, the whole thing. I don't get the love for it, and I don't get the hate for it. I didn't see much of the woke stuff. I didn't see pretty much any of the woke stuff at all. But at the same time, also too, like Elliot Page's casting made sense. A runt soldier, who the kid was a runt, went in the place of Robert Patterson's character, and was obviously a runt soldier, like a smaller person. So it kind of worked out. It made sense. I don't know why they took Achilles out. But of course, I haven't read the Odyssey, so that's another little caveat. I haven't read the Odyssey, so I don't even know like what was the significance of the big soldiers. I don't know a lot of the stuff that was going on, the significance of it, because they didn't spend any time really explaining anything. They just kind of went. We show up an island and something terrible happens, and we move on to the next island. And I don't know. There was just a lot of bad performances all around. It was just not a good movie. Not a bad movie. I mean, not that good. Doesn't really deserve the love it's getting, but it also doesn't really deserve the hate. It didn't do anything really that I thought deserves any of the hate. None of the castings were like took me out of the movie. None of the castings were justified. That Latupo chick that played Helen. She's an amazing actress and she's a beautiful woman, but you completely did not use her. Like you could have had anyone in that role, and it was just kind of like, okay, well, what was the point of even bringing her into it then? You know, you see like Christopher Nolan talking about like, I have this role and you'd be perfect to play it. It's like, well, she didn't play anything. She just, yeah, it was boring, you know. Like, it's not better than Inception. It's not better than Interstellar. It's definitely not better than Oppenheimer, you know. Those movies were great compared to this. This one was just blah. But I saw it on a Tuesday matinee at Regal, so the ticket only cost me like $7 because it's half off day for tickets and for popcorn. So I got out of this whole deal only spending like 25 for a medium bag of popcorn, some water, and a movie ticket. So it wasn't too bad. Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome. I do it for you guys. Hey, what's up, Martha? How you doing? Oh, awesome. Nice work. Okay. You want me to turn the music up more? Okay. How's that? That's awesome. Let me double check because I've been so busy. I apologize. I haven't been checking anything really. Let me do that right now for you. Okay, cool. Oh. Well, you made some really good points, Martha. You did. Um, I've discussed it with a few people, and I'm just going to keep rolling with it like it is, mostly because, well, I mean, there is a concern about the violence level against the cats, but the payoff will be whether or not I can handle the storytelling on the impact of what happens, and then the payoff with the character. Um, but it has been kind of like it has been the one moment of the story where I do second guess myself at times. But also another thing too is that I was already deep enough into production, storyline writing, and everything that I'm just going to keep rolling with it. But you made some really good points on it. What's up, Nightmare? Oh, yeah. From what I can see, these 4 pages, everything seems to flow pretty decently. Yeah, I think PG-13 borderline R. Well, PG. I think PG-13 is much more closer, possibly depending on opinion, maybe R. But it's. I think it's gonna. It's. I'm shooting for PG-13. Um, if I was, if I was going to try to go for a lower rating, I would have to change. I think the cat's dying and just the cat's just getting essentially beat up and then leave. But that's just the problem. Like I'm trying to create. But the thought process behind it was creating an action that shows partially Stark's kind of arrogance and also impatience, maybe even Stark's inability. Like, Stark has the weight of this future on his shoulders, so he's trying to rush in and he doesn't think about what he's doing in the whole picture. So I'm trying to illustrate that with the action with the cats, and then the payoff will be whether or not I pull off the argument between him and his dad in the second issue, because it leads to an argument with him and his dad in the second issue, and then his father and mother have a moment, and then Stark and his girlfriend have a moment, and it helps Stark grow as a character. But we'll see if I pull it off or not. The melee scenes come off looking pervy. Okay, I can see what you're saying. So, okay, which one is page 1 and page 2? Is page 1 has the moth-looking guy that says everyone get out now? Or is it the page where, I think page 2, okay. Hey, what up, Orange? No, the intro is 1. Okay, okay, got you now. Moth guy is 2. Alright. Yeah, we do believe in glove on the right side ready. Singles who watched over fucking present. Okay. Warren the wolf spider. She's the murderess. Monsters modest. And where's the least people they found in this open night? Okay. All right, now okay, I see what you're talking about. Oh, I know. I'm not worried about that. I'm just looking through and looking at the pacing and how the pages work. What size paper are you doing this on, Martha? Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I no, I get it completely. At this point, any suggestions for me um, about the squirrel book is just stuff that I have to kind of to mull over in my head and remember for my next book and my next story. But yeah, I'm pretty much committed now with the artwork and everything. Um, I'm not like I'm not like bummed out or anything by it. I mean, I'm happy with where I'm going. It's just you did bring up some good points about the violence of the cat scene. I went and saw Nightmare. I went and saw Odyssey today, and they had a trailer for a movie. I don't know if you've seen it yet. It's a horror film with Jessica Chastain. Hey, what's up, Panda? And she's like this little girl's mommy, and the trailer starts off with her coming into the house like early, and she's gonna make her daughter some pasta, and then she's just like starts acting really weird, almost like a Wendigo kind of thing. I don't know if it's like a demon that looks like her mom, but yeah, it looks freaky. Freaky. Let's see if I can get the name for it real quick. Hold on a second. For the horror fans out there, it might be something that you guys are really interested in. Let's see here. Jessica Chastain. Horror. Yeah, Other Mommy, it's called. Check out the, dude, when I saw the Whale Fall trailer, I was like, okay, if you would have, like, if I read about the script on paper, I would have told you that Whale Fall sounds stupid as shit. Then, I went and I saw the trailer for Whale Fall, and I'm like, I want to see this stuff. Yes, Mad Mel, look up Other Mommy. Other Mommy trailer. And tell me what you guys think, because it looks creepy as shit. It's a horror movie, and it looks pretty good. It's called Other Mommy with Jessica Chastain. Yeah, that movie looks so much cooler than it sounds. Whale Fall is... I highly recommend people check out that trailer. Oh, doesn't that scene look creepy as hell? When she's like under the counter all spidered up and shit? I also saw the trailer for that movie, I Play Rocky, which is about the making of the movie Rocky, where they got some young kid playing Stallone. And I have to say, that looks really good. Yeah, there's some good movies coming up. Hey, what's up, Unhinged Dad? Thank you very much. Yeah, that other mommy looks creepy as hell. No criticism. It was just brought up that if I wanted to go like G or PG, um, it might be it might be too violent, especially if there's like any people that will start building up sympathy for the cats. And then, but I'm kind of going PG-13, and it's the one area where I'm wondering if I went too far with the cat violence. But at the same time, though, I'm hoping to pay it off in the next issue and the following issues with it being a teaching moment for the main character. So we'll see if I can pull it off. It may be the one kind of criticizing moment of the book. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll see as it goes on. It's not going to be the only death in the book, I'll tell you that. But yeah, there's no criticism. There was just a critique and a question. But no criticism at all. And it's the kind of critiques that I want people to ask questions on, because it just helps me out too. And it's one of those things where it's like Stark is the future of the future tribal leader of the Squirrels. And Stark's father, Scar, um, yeah, that's true. Um, Scar is the tribal leader currently, and he's their greatest warrior. And his responsibility is not only to his son and his wife, but also to the entire tribe. Stark is next in line, and he has the weight of being like, you're going to be in charge of all this. You need to handle all of this. And he's watching he lives in the shadow of his father. So with Stark, he's trying so hard to be the next leader, to be perfect, that he rushes into things and he doesn't think of the big picture and really think things out. So this whole cat situation is one of those deals. The father's argument's going to be like, we're for a balance with the whole park. Everything needs to work together. Plus, two, he doesn't want to see his son get killed fighting stray cats over one duckling. It's a circle of life. The stray cats, the only thing they did wrong was existing. They've been treated with cruelty. They're hungry. They're starving. They're attacking they're attacking this duckling just because they're hungry. Stark could have handled that situation much more calmer to help keep a balance on everything, but instead he rushes headlong, interferes with what's going on, and just takes on the cat. And the three of them just take the cat out, starting the fight with the other two. Then Scar is not going to waste any time when he needs to protect his son, and he just instantly goes in there, and him and Nutso take out the other two cats. The big argument's going to be like Stark is feeling like no matter what he tries to do, it works, and he feels like he's just failing all over the place, and it causes an animosity because his dad seems to be more concerned about with everything else than with him. And then his father's just kind of like, I can't lose you, and I can't lose you over doing stupid shit. And also, you're endangering the balance. And then there'll be other things that happen in issue 2 where you can just see a bit of Stark's temper. So, plus 2, this scene also establishes how badass the Squirrels are. That's one thing I wanted to kind of show right off the bat was like, when you get to the end of issue 1, you know that the Squirrels are protecting yeah, does the cat have to die? Yeah, that was where I was wondering. But yeah, it's I wanted also to establish how badass the Squirrels were. Their kind of role in the park is these kind of like park policemen. And then by the end of the book, you also know that the insectoids are on the way. So that first issue establishes all the players. And it's another thing too, like if you had a cat that, let's say, like what Martha just said, which is a good point, like maybe the cat has rabies, along those lines. If you have a cat that's monstrous, like with rabies, and attacking everything around, you put the cat down. So, but the whole point of all this was that, oh yeah, there's gonna be some squirrels dying in this too. Like this is not the only death in this book. There's gonna be some poignant deaths in this book as it goes along. So, this is definitely kind of PG-13 rubbing R area of story. Um, and that's what I was saying before about the rabies. Like, if you had a cat with rabies, the squirrels would have to put him down. In this situation, and what the whole big fight is that Stark and his friends did not have to kill the cat, but they did, and they rushed into it and they jumped to that instant instinct, and that's going to be the argument point in Stark's lesson is you can't just rush into everything, and some situations aren't always solved with sword. So that's the kind of stuff that's going to be coming up in the future of the book. But you guys are all making great points, though. It's also just, um, it's also just, I'm already committed this far into it, so I can't do any kind of redraws or stuff along those lines. I would just set me back even more. So I'm gonna keep rolling with it. But you guys are making good points, though. I'm just committed right now in the way the story is, and if it was earlier in the development, I might have changed some things. But I'm gonna roll with it on this one. Yeah, it'll find its appropriate audience. Imagine the guy who does park maintenance showing up the day after the final battle, and there's all these insectoid bodies and squirrels wearing armor and dead, like, just all this like war scene, and he's just like, what in the hell happened here? I'm glad I could help out. Part of the storyline Orange is where the insectoids put on controlling devices on humans. So it's like almost like a little attachment that goes like right between your shoulder blades, and an insectoid can like ride in it or get in there and can control the human. There's going to be one human that they're controlling that they're going to use in the fight, and then when the war's over and the insectoids leave and the squirrels and all those lines, he will be the only person in the town who knows what happened. So it'd be this one poor bastard who was stuck as this insectoid controlled his body and watched this epic war take place between the squirrels and these insectoids. And he was actually fighting for the insectoids being controlled. And then when it's all said and done, he's going to be the only one that remembers. Or actually knew what happened.
Chasing shadows, falling apart. Run to the edge, don't look back. Neon dreams on a glowing track. Lost in the hope, lost in the spark. We're alive in the electric dark. Static buzzes, a signal breaks through. Skyline flickers in a glitching hue. The world's a wire, and with a fuse burning bright, nothing left to lose. Fingers trace the rhythm, the beat. Feel the pulse, it's incomplete. Run to the edge, don't look back. Neon dreams on a glowing track. Lost in the hope, lost in the spark. We're alive in the electric dark, dark, dark.
It is going to be pretty epic because, like, in order to take him out of the fight, they're going to have to attack the pod between the shoulder blades with the insectoid in it. So it almost gives me a Attack on Titan kind of scenes while they're fighting. A Bug Gundam. What's up, Ichthus?
Neon lights hum like a restless heart. City whispers secrets in the dark. Footsteps echo in the empty park. Chasing shadows, falling apart. Run to the edge, don't look back. Neon dreams on a glowing track. Lost in the hum, lost in the spark. We're alive in the electric dark. Static buzzes, a signal breaks through. Skyline flickers in a clenched hue. The world's a wire, and we're the fuse, burning bright. Nothing left to lose. Fingers
Hey, what's up, Dingus?
the beat. Feel the pulse, it's incomplete. Run to the edge, don't look back. Neon dreams on a glowing track. Lost in the hum, lost in the spark. We're alive in the electric dark. Falling through the circuits, a coded stream. Reality shatters like a broken dream. Every spark a story, every glitch a scream. We're just pixels in the grand machine.
Okay, Martha. No problem. Ooh, Jason Doobie sends you the fan art of Lola. That's awesome. Hey, Sarn. Huh. All right. Just thought of a story. And it's a horror story. I might actually develop this one. But I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to. Oh, can I say anything? Or will give it away? I guess I could say the premise. I'll think about it. I will tell some of you, but it'll probably be off air. I don't know if I should be saying story ideas online. On lives. Oh, I definitely want to tell you. Good idea, Martha. It's an I'm not going to say what it is detail-wise, but it's an anthropomorphic horror comic. Yeah. It sucks too because I love talking story ideas. So I have to wait. I do know a comic book artist though who does live streams where he actually does story writing brainstorming on the live stream. So like with his regulars on the chat, he'll start brainstorming together a comic book idea story, and it's kind of like a writer's session, but with on YouTube. That'd be interesting, Martha. That's something to think about. Oh, Panda, I don't know if you were here for the Art Brothers show, but Next Monday, me and Mad Mel are going to do Spider-Man. Um, because get ready for the Spider-Man movie coming out next weekend. Um, so next Monday will be Spider-Man, and then the following Monday, the first Monday in August, we got a one-page script for Ixthus, and me and Mad Mel are going to draw a comic book page live on stream, and you're going to get to see me and Mad Mel create create comic pages from the same script using our own interpretations of the script. So you're going to get to watch the process of us drawing it. And that'll be in the first Monday of August. I thought it'd be really interesting to watch two comic book artists each drawing a page using the same script and see how different they come out. Yeah, Patna, when we do that the first Monday of August, I believe it's August 3rd, I'm not 100% sure, but it's the first Monday of August. We're going to be starting at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so West Coast time, 4 p.m. because we're trying to give ourselves as much time as we can to do the page. We're going to be trying to just pencil them, ink them if we're lucky, because we're working on pages essentially from a blank canvas until, you know, the full page. So it might be, I don't know how long it would take us because I've never done a page on actual paper. I've only done digital. So this is going to be kind of one of those things where I don't know how long it's going to take us. But yeah, that's what we're shooting for. Yeah, no, I think we're gonna do multiple one of these, honestly. Unless the first one goes really bad and we don't like doing it. I think we'll do more of these in the future. Because I don't think there's anyone on YouTube doing that. Taking two sequential artists and having them draw pages based off the same script and seeing how it turns out. Maybe we'll call it, what, sequential battles or sequential war. that'd be interesting. No, I'll definitely think into that one too, Martha. That sounds like a fun idea, also. Make like depends on how many artists are involved. 5 and 6 page script. Have character design set up, and then each artist takes a page, and then the first artist does page 1, the next artist does page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then see how that looks at the end of it. Okay. Yeah, me and Dingus have a cool little idea brewing right now for some short stories. Ink Slave. Oh, that's an interesting idea, Dingus. Yeah, we'll definitely have to look at that one. I'll talk to Mad Mel about that one off air. That's a good idea. Yeah, is it though? Dingus? Yeah, I think that one's gonna be cool. I've been wanting to do a horror story, and I think that one's perfect. Just sent you a message, Mad Mel. I would message you the idea of Nightmares in Nurse Case, but I don't have a way to contact you. What do you think, Mad Mel? Yay or nay, or? Okay, yeah, nice. Yeah, I will email it to you. Oh. I sent you the email, Martha. Oh yeah, that's top priority for me. As soon as I finish issue 1 here, I'm gonna do like 5 pages of my holiday horror story, and then when I do issue 2, I'm gonna take a break and then do another like 5 pages of my horror story. So by the time I get the squirrels done, most of the horror story should be done. What's up, Pete? Pete Vasquez in the house. Yeah, so that horror story is very far off. So many ideas, so little time. Yeah, Sorry, that's going to be the first Monday of August on our Art Brothers show. I'm looking forward to that one. That should be a lot of fun. Thank you, Pete. Oh, very nice. that's that's definitely going to give you a factory reset, Pete. when I think Pinocchio horror, I imagine it's kind of like Jeepers Creepers. Like, in order to become a real boy, Pinocchio has to go around and collect parts, like human parts, in order to replace his wooden ones. Tornadoes around trailer parks. That's bad. Tornadoes around cow pastures. That's fun. I haven't been actually tracking my metrics. I mean, I'll go to YouTube Studio and check my analytics on some stuff, but I haven't been doing it like diligently. Most of YouTube just feels like luck, anyways. All social media, well, it's just I feel like it's just luck, consistency and luck. Oh, thank you, Star. I think it was the the Speed Racer Volume 2 has been really kicking off. Nice. Yeah, we have to do Ghost Pepper Volume 2 soon. Hey, what's up, Christine Cruz? Welcome to the show. Let me fix that for you and let me fix that for you real quick. You know, I put it on there that it isn't supposed to expire, but it still does though. I'm gonna put the invite to the Discord in the comments. There you go. If anyone wants to join the Discord, there it is in the comments. Alright, cool. Hey, what's up, Phil? Have a good night, Christine. Hey, have a good night, Martha. Thank you for hanging out. I have a selection of gray tones that I'm picking from. And thank you, by the way. Yeah, I have a selection I choose from. I've got it organized in a folder over here on the side. You can't see it because of the chat in the window, but I have a whole folder over here of gray tones that I have organized by shade, and that's how I choose. Those pages are looking good though, Phil. Hillman's doing commissions. I've been trying to get him to do his own book for years now. Ninja Jesus. I'm glad you got work though. That's good. Oh, it's too dark. Hey, what's up, Aro? How's the new Kickstarter going, buddy?
to the edge, don't look back. Neon dreams on a glowing track. Lost in the hole, lost in the spark. We're alive in the electric dark. Static buzzes, a signal breaks through. Skyline flickers in a glitching hue. The world's a wire, and with a fuse burning bright, nothing left to lose. Fingers trace the rhythm, the beat. Feel the pulse, it's incomplete. Run to the edge, don't look back. Neon dreams on a glowing track. Lost in the hole, lost in the spark. We're alive in the electric dark, dark, dark. Falling through the circuits, a coded street. Reality shatters like a broken dream. Every spark a story, every glitch a scream. We're just pixels in the grand machine. Neon lights hum like a restless heart. City whispers secrets in the dark. Footsteps echo in the empty park. Chasing shadows, falling apart. Run to the edge, don't look back. Neon dreams on a glowing track. Lost in the hole, lost in the spark. We're alive in the electric dark. Static buzzes, a signal breaks through. Skyline flickers in a glitchy hue. The world's a wire, and we're the fuse burning.
Yeah, really, Nightmares and Nerdscapes. Like, you don't even have to know how to write a formatted script.
Trace the rhythm,
If you have an artist, if you're working with an artist,
feel the pulse.
let's say like if you came up with a story and you wanted like someone like me to draw it, then you would show me what you've written down, your script wise, or your story, and then I can help trying to break those down into panels on how the pacing of the story would. And then it's kind of like a work joint project thing. Like you don't have to necessarily know how to write a good comic script. Sometimes, like if you just have an idea and you draw out even with stick figures how you want the page to kind of look, an artist should be able to interpret that.
Lost in the spark, we're alive in the electric dark. Falling through the circuits, a coded stream. Reality shatters like a broken dream. Every spark a story, every glitch a scream. We're just pixels in the grand machine.
I never tried writing a novel. I've only done this comic book stuff. Heck, I'm not even that good of a writer as is. I'm still trying to learn how to be a writer right now. My writing skills are probably one of my more weaker areas. I'd probably benefit from taking some writing classes. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Panda. Good night, Mad Mill. Oh. Yeah, have a good night, Nightmares and Nerdscapes. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, nice. Damn it, Bobber. How's your book coming along, Panda? Awesome. Good luck, buddy. Awesome. Well, don't let it get to you too bad, buddy. I mean, I was expecting to be on issue 3 by now. And just with, life gets in the way, you gotta do stuff. You can't beat yourself up. It's just the reality of the situation. Be happy with how far you've gotten, and just realize that you're doing everything that you can, and just keep working hard, buddy. It'll happen. Hey, Aro, don't worry about it, buddy. Do what you need to do to get your color palette. Who cares? Just as long as your project looks good and you're happy with it. Don't worry about anything else. It does feel pretty cool. It was a long journey to get to that first trade paperback worth of material done, and I'm very, very proud of myself for getting that going. And I'm very proud of Cig and Joe. and I'm excited to get back on it again once I get this Squirrel comic done. But I'm really enjoying making the Squirrel comic, and once it gets done, it's right back to Cig and Joe. Yeah. I'm going to turn the Squirrel book here into 2 trade paperbacks, Volume 1 and 2. And it's going to be probably 6 issues long, 3 issues per trade paperback. So there'll be smaller trades than the Cig and Joe trade. But yeah, I'm just going to be excited to have all of that on the table. Yeah, I have a pretty decent little catalog of work built up. I have a bunch of shorts I did for anthologies. I have the 31-page story I did for Ninja High School. I have the 8-page story that I did with Phil, Pete, and Max DeVille for Penguina. I have a little horror short that I did with Phil and Max, that will probably never get see print, but we did do the pages on it, and Phil did the coloring. I got the 226 pages of Cig and Joe. I'm very happy with what I've done so far in my career. Yeah, Panda issues 1, 2, 3, and 4 are 226 some pages. It's actually more in the issues because the issues have like ads and stuff. But yeah, story pages, it's like 226 pages of story. And that's all on Global Comix right now. So if you want to read the full first arc of Cig and Joe, just hit the link inside the description of this video, and you can read the whole thing. I'm very happy with how the issues turned out, especially 3 and 4. 3 and 4, I hit a really good stride of action and comedy. I will have to say though, the just happy this book's not a hentai is still probably the best joke of all 4 issues. That was a banger joke. Yeah, issue 3, there's a whole air battle between with Uter and Marv fighting dab drones flying through a canyon with these gigantic fighting these gigantic birds, and also Cig and Joe fight a bunch of drones in the train in issue 3, and then in issue 4, it's the boss battle between Cig and Joe and a heavy loader dab bot in the back of the train, which is a big battle. And then there's a little bit of a prologue or a afterword on it, setting up the next chapter or the next arc, where you get to meet Rex, the director, and a bunch of other characters kind of show up in those last pages. Also, something happens to Amanda that is left a cliffhanger for the next issue or for the next series or arc. There's some pretty funny stuff that happens in issue 2 also. Um, just shoot me an email, and I'll get you a copy for free. Oh, no, I mean, I appreciate it, but you don't have to. As one comic book creator to another, I have no problem sending you a free copy. You've been a good supporter, a good friend. I have no problem at all sending you a copy of Cig and Joe so you can read the whole thing. Yeah, have a good night, Phil. Yeah, let's have a yeah. Just no, it's 30 with shipping, USR. It's a $20 book with $10 shipping. But yeah, we can do that, we can do that, Panda. I'll send you a copy of Cig and Joe, and when you get your book done, you can send me a copy. I just want people to read it. Like I work a day job in order for money, so I'm not too concerned about selling every copy of Cig and Joe. I sell copies when I go to shows and stuff. But if I have somebody who, you're constantly in chat, you're a good supporter, you're a fellow comic creator, anything along those lines, I have no problem just sending you a copy of them, of one of them. I prefer people that got a chance to read it. Want to get as many people reading it as to read it and enjoy it as possible. Yeah, I mean, sales are great, but I'm not living off of sales, and I would much rather have people enjoy the work and get to read it and hear any feedback than I would care about selling a copy or two. I mean, I really do want people to read my work. I put all this work into it, and I work a day job. I don't need to sell Cig and Joe copies to eat. I want people to read them. That's why I make them. So if you want to read a copy of Cig and Joe's graphic novel, just get a hold of me through a DM, an email, whatever, and we'll work something out, because I want people to read my book. All right. Almost 4 hours of streaming, and I got another page done. Boom, boom, boom. Page 16 out of 41. All right, guys. Oh yeah, thank you, Panda. Thank you. Yeah, get a hold of me, Panda, through email, and I'll get you out a copy. US Sarn, if you want a copy, hit me up, and we'll definitely work something out. If you can't pay, don't worry about it. Just hit me up, and like I said, we'll talk. I would definitely love to do an exchange of books with you, Massive Panda. Once you get yours done, you can send me out, but you don't have to wait to get yours done if you want to get a copy of Cig and Joe right now. Tomorrow, I've got 2 doctor's appointments tomorrow, so I will be on after that. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. 10 o'clock, 10:40, still 89 degrees. Oh, that's gross. So I'll be on tomorrow working on some more pages. Thursday, I'm probably going to stream early with Dingus, so I'll probably be on Thursday night. And then Friday will be the last panel. I don't think I'm working this weekend, so I will have more draw streams this weekend as we're getting closer to episode 100 of the LunchBox Comics Draw Stream. And we're getting closer to getting the book done. So, as always, my friends, thank you so much. Thank you to the best chat on YouTube. Thank you for you guys for coming on and chatting it up with me while I'm working. You guys all have a wonderful evening. And if you want to read Cig and Joe on digital, just follow the link in the description. If you want a physical copy of Cig and Joe, hit me up either. There's a link tree is in the description. Hit me up either through email, through Facebook, through Twitter, whichever way is your preferred mode of communication, and I will work on getting you a book sent out to you. Like I said before, I work a day job, so Cig and Joe's not putting food on my table. I want people to read it. I put 10 years of my life into that book, and I want people to read it. And I do love and thank all of you guys for your support. It means the absolute world to me. And we'll just keep streaming and working and getting these books done. But until next time, my friends, as always, be good, stay safe, and God bless.